Well, hello everybody, BugEater64 here again, and today we're going to be flying in DCS, going to be flying the Bronco, and we're also going to be flying the Huey, because we're going to do a little CSAR work. We'll just have to see how things go. I've done some work on my controls. I got I used my Warthog HOTAS, my flight stick, and I've added a 23 centimeter extension on it, and I've added a stronger spring. The original spring that's inside the base housing is just not strong enough when you get these long extensions. The long extension is great for using when I'm using helicopters and so on, so it gives me a much finer feel to the controls, and so we're going to see how that goes today. So let's get inside the aircraft, and we're going to be starting the flight with the OV-10 Bronco. So catch you inside, and let's get going. Okay, so here we are on a Into the Jungle Marianas map, and we're going to be in the Bronco. So let's see how this goes. Now this start very early morning, just prior to sunrise. So about the time we're taking off, we'll actually be blinded by the sun at takeoff. It's always interesting this way. And then after we take off, then we'll get up and head south towards where the target is. So before we do that, then we're going to go ahead and rearm our aircraft. So we can, if there is any CSAR and there's enemies close to where the air crew has to eject, then we can possibly, take out the enemy and give them the CSAR helicopters a chance to get in there without being shot at or damaged, and get our air crew safely out. So we'll just see how this goes. I have not been very successful at getting successful CSAR missions. So anyway, let's get ready to rearm this aircraft.
Request rearming. Copy.
Always had that little landing gear status no matter which version of the Bronco I download, but I can live with it.
Rearming complete.
Okay, so close the canopy. And get ready for engine start. Okay, check the controls. Now let's get Mixtures activated. Okay, she looks ready. Okay, now you get the right engine started first. And we got her spooling up. And we'll wait for that engine to stabilize. Okay. Now the left engine. Get ready to taxi here. See that sun come up. Whoa. Okay, let's start taxi. Yeah, this is a very long taxi, so I'm not going to make you watch it all. Okay, so as we approach the runway, probably see two B-52s and a KC-135 take off before us. Yeah, there they are. 06 left is our runway. And we'll let them go first, because they're going to get to the runway before we can. So it'll take us a little bit before we can take off, because we don't want to get caught up in their turbulence. That sun is this time of day. Yeah, it's right there. Early morning. Second B-52 should be getting, yeah, it's going out there now, getting ready to take off. There's the KC-135 moving up. Second B-52's taking off. Yeah, the KC-135 moving out onto the runway. And he's gone. All right. Alright, so flaps are in takeoff position. get going. Now we'll start our rotation at about 110, 108. The short stubby wings need a little more speed. So here we go. Positive brake, gear up. And flaps coming up. And we'll be turning to our right. A little bit and throttles, and then we'll get our weapons ready. Start looking for bad guys. Listening to the radio for any CSAR action. Okay, so master on, cannons on. Set up our dumb bombs, get them activated, save the rockets for any further passes we need to make. And we'll get ready to turn off our aircraft lights because we don't want bad guys to be able to use them. Target practice. We get used for target practice enough. And with the amount of fog that we have this time of day here, I do use the label markers. I don't use the full label for targets, just the markers, the red and blue, so I know I can identify friendly and foe when I'm doing a single mission, so forgive me for that. But without it, it makes it near impossible to find out where the bad guys are. Southern center of the island, and that's near the lake. It's a location where usually, if not always, a lot of bad guys would like to shoot me down. So if we don't get a call for CSAR, we'll go in there and drop some bombs and see what we can find. Whoops, that's CSAR.
Mayday, U.S. Air Force at 447. Sam hit us southwest island, course 045 HC. Thick jump cover beneath us. Losing control, punching out, send CSAR.
Okay. So let's see if we can see where the aircraft impacted. The crew will be near that. And we can see it off in the distance. It landed in the hills. Oops. Somebody's shooting at us. I can see where the aircraft are. Now I don't know which side of the mountain that they parachuted into. I'm kind of hoping it's this side. Let's put some fire on the targets there. See if we can drop some ordnance on them. Back. See if we can put some rockets on that target. Yeah, we got plenty of bad guys. We got bigger guns shooting at us over here. There's a lot of flak. I think we pissed them off. We're gonna see. See if we can put some rockets on them. I think we missed there. Maybe not. Okay, so we are now going to see if we can't go rescue the aircrew. So get our Huey, get it rearmed. So we're going to be, I think we're going to use miniguns on this one. Get her started up and let's get out of here. everything is ready to go. Check our map here. Okay. I think that the aircrew probably landed on the far side of the ridge. We'll find out here. We're going to take off and head that way.
Switch my speeds. Kind of close to 2,000 feet.
Yeah. Okay, now.
There it goes. Okay, so about 500 feet from.
Okay, so we got two HUEYs heading for the down pilot zone. So we'll use this one as the primary. The other one's going to try and keep the enemy busy on the far side of the ridge. We're going to be on the ocean side of the ridge to look for the crew, because I think that's where they went down. The aircraft landed on one side and the crew parachuted on the opposite. So we're going to have the one HUEY try to handle the enemy on the crash site area, and then I'm going to fly this one to the opposite side and see if we can find them and pick them up. Still relatively early in the morning, but the fog is pretty thick. Alright, let's fly close to the mountain. the new spring, the helicopter's flying pretty well. It's really going to tell them when I have to get into a hover. Control. I may have to redo some of my curves. But that's what this test is for.
Why did you do that? Vacation 2 Freight is 25 knots on final. You want to ride it.
Yeah, there's quite a few enemies on this side of the ridge. Yep. That's where, there they are. Yep. Alright, there they are. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they're on this side of the ridge. Be getting close.
CSAR pilot, I hear you. Thank God you were fine. Land or hover by the smoke.
Yep, got smoke in sight. So let's see if I can spot a place to set down fairly close, just in case my hover doesn't work. Give it a shot.
You're close. Land or hover by the smoke.
Right there at the smoke, and I'm not sure. Give it a shot. right on the hill. I'm not sure I can set it down. I see a couple of places big enough to fit the helicopter in, but it would be hazardous.
Downslope traffication 2 10 knots on final 36. 31 right.
Alright. Yeah, I can see him standing at the edge of the smoke. So I know where I have to go to hover. Evidently there's bad guys around here. Just as I was afraid of.
Part of the descent takes longer than climbing. Or, climbing all of it, but it just looks like once you start your descent, pretty close.
Okay, I was notified that the helicopter on the other side of the ridge got shot down. We're going to try not to get shot down here. So let's see if we can get in. Yeah, I can see my guy. I'd like to be right at the top of that tree and just hover there long enough. That's the hard part. I am not good at hovering. Hover taxi? Sure. Hovering? Not real good at it. Alright, good.
Downslope traffication, great short mile 31 right.
Okay.
CSAR pilot, hold your hover so I can reach the hoist.
Yeah, okay. Easier said than done. Get in there. This isn't going to work, I don't think. But I think there's enough room for me to just pull up a little bit up the hill and maybe hold it in there. Could even put it right up against one of these bushes. Don't slide back. Don't slide back. Just set it on the grass. Just it's a fairly steep hill, yeah. And yeah, well, we clipped the tree, lost our main rotor. Now the guy will run over here and get in the helicopter and say, "I'm in."
I'm in. Oh, shot the shit back here. Wasn't gonna last much longer out there. Thanks. Got pressure on the largest wound. I need a doctor ASAP.
Well, you ain't gonna get one. Oh well. Okay, well, what can I say? I got to get better on my hovering. I figured I couldn't hover and hold it long enough for the guy to get in, so I was going to try and land, and basically got too close to a tree and took the main rotor off. So at least it was a pretty easy crash landing. The guy got in, as you heard, but we couldn't do him any good. So hope you enjoyed the flight. I had a lot of fun bringing it to you. As always, I love DCS. It's just great fun. Always trying new things. And Until next time, this is Bug Eater 64, and as always, like I say, do as I say, not as I do, because I am an expert at crashing, not hovering. So we'll see you next time, and be well. Bug Eater 64, I'm out.